here?
And we are live. Welcome back, everybody. Hello, Trumpet. Hello, Luke. Hello, Benjamin. Welcome, welcome. How y'all doing today? And Trumpet, thank you so much for the sub. Man, that is absolutely wild to me. People came around? They stuck around? What? Let me make my notes here, get them labeled. Phantom of Venice. I'm gonna open with a compliment. Then I get a RAM chip. So if I want a RAM chip, I have to be able to say something nice. I like that they made it winter outside Nancy's room. Like they changed up the light and everything. They made it something different.
Oh shoot, the bulb burned out.
Oh no, Benjamin says he's slightly worried he'll need a new job. What's up? Got an Italian dictionary. Also, I love this little carousel horse. Like, I would set out one of those. Oh, Benjamin says he thinks they want to axe the department. Oh dear.
Thanks to Prudence Rutherford, the wealthy socialite whose necklace I helped recover while solving that scarlet hand case a while back, I'm on my way to Venice, Italy. Apparently, someone there has been dressing up in a mask and cape and stealing valuable pieces of art. The news media call him the Phantom, not only because of the way he dresses, but because he leaves behind so few clues. Prudence, who loves Venice and belongs to an organization dedicated to preserving the city's art, is outraged the thief hasn't been caught yet. So she talked to someone she knows at the GDIF, the Italian version of our FBI, into having me help the police in their investigation. She arranged for me to stay in Venice in the palazzo she used to own, which now belongs to a well-to-do widow named Margarita Faubourg. Beyond that, all I know for sure is that I'll be working undercover, and as soon as I arrive, the police will send me something that will lead me to my assignment. What it will be, I have no idea. But am I excited? Oh, see.
Undercover 19-year-olds. So well, I'd had a thought somewhere in here and it's already gone. Oh yeah. Is the sound balance okay? We haven't done Nancy Drew for a while, so I couldn't remember how I need to balance the game audio versus my audio. Oh man. Benjamin says they're trying to force my boss out at least. Trumpet asks, can you start cross-training to learn a new department to stay valuable? Benjamin says my skills are programming and tech support, both of which are being gutted by AI. So yeah, that's my day. Oh yay. Hang on. Okay. Alright, let's see how this works. We can tweak as we go if needed. Yeah. Take a peek. Yeah. I do like the scrapbook layouts. Those are fun. Alright. Let's get into it. At least the music's nice and dramatic.
Let me out of here! Hey! Open the door! Oh no! Well, Nancy, things are not looking good. What the heck happened? This case started out so well. I mean, what could be better than waking up in Venice, Italy?
Oh wow, so the ceiling is also red? It's a lot of red in one room. Let me make a note. I'll need to know that for House Flipper later. Okay. Luke said AI will be able to do my job eventually. Boss asked me to train it on something I currently do far better. I was like, no. Hey, Chiller. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? Yeah. Alright. Interesting mirror. Interactive guide to Venice. Okay. Oh, okay. Benjamin, my fallback plan is to set up a torch and pitchfork emporium. I mean, seems to be a thriving market. Okay, we will probably need to know some of this information later. Doge. Doge. Much Italy, very travel. So water, such canal. Very boat. Yes. Do love gelato. Okay, Commedia dell'arte. From the 15th century through the 18th century, a form of improvisational theater known as Commedia dell'arte. Thrived in Italy and influenced theater throughout Europe. Commedia dell'arte troupe consisted of 10 people, 7 men and 3 women. Like other Renaissance theater troupes, they traveled from town to town performing plays. But unlike other troupes, they did not simply act out memorized lines, rather everything they said was improvised, made up on the spot. They did not, however, make up the stories they went along. The troupe would work from an outline which described the basic plot, broken into acts. As the Commedia dell'arte genre evolved, so did some of the characters the performers created to bring their scenarios to life. These stock characters always dressed and acted the same way and used the same props from one play to the next. Masks the actors wore also helped their audience recognize stock characters. A black mask with the long nose meant an actor was portraying the vicious, physically deformed, crafty man known as Pulcinella. Seriously? Note. Check. Commands. Okay. Right. While an actor wearing a mask with bushy eyebrows and a heavily furrowed brow was playing Pantalon, whose greed and naivete often set the plot in motion. So compelling were these characterizations that Shakespeare and later Molière employed them to varying degrees in their comedies. Then... okay. Oh, that makes sense. Alright, Carnival season goes from the last day of Christmas to the day before Ash Wednesday. That makes sense. Okay, good festival season. Yes. Giallo. Okay. But y'all might not find it as awful, but it's one of those where everyone is mean. There's no one to like and root for, and also it makes you dance in a cat suit.
Cane, gatto, topo. Parete, porta, banco.
We'll get there. Like, pros, you get to play scopa. Scopa's great. Cons, catsuit dancing. I did not already play this one, but Pip did over on Marquee Gaming.
Traliccio, albero. Sotto, sopra. Alla destra di, alla sinistra di. Dietro, nella, vicino,
You're in the vicinity.
lontano.
Okay. Hey, stuff to snoop. We can't read them. There we go. Venice is so beautiful this time of year. Hilda found some lovely mosaics that I picked up from a friend. I'll send them your way so I find some time. Okay. There's a framed photo of herself. Okay. Oh no, Benjamin says I also had the dentist today, so I'm extra happy. Oh, dude. It needs to balance out more than that. You can't have all of the stuff on the same day.
Il più buon olio d'oliva del mondo. Lo trovate qui.
Okay. We do have a balcony that's right over the canal. So there is that. Luke says, I would say at least he can't fire you, but I got fired by my doctor over the weekend. This did happen.
That's my roommate's stuff. Mine's on the other side of the room.
Chiller, why learn Italian through a boring textbook? Pick up Nancy Drew to learn a language now. Uh-huh. Well, there's lots of plants everywhere, so we know I'll be able to recreate it.
You are rude, Nancy Drew. Oh, so rude.
That's her daily affirmations. So rude. Benjamin says, that's impressive. Dad is a doctor and he's only ever fired one patient. Something tells me the doc is the issue. Luke says, I just got a very impersonal letter that I was being discharged. No actual explanation. So this is the same doctor that I saw a couple weeks ago. The one that absolutely promised, even on cross-examination, that they would call me with my test results as soon as my results from my blood work came in. And also that he was going to call in a referral for me with a different endocrinologist. I never did get a call about my test results. I was able to access them through patient portal thing, but yeah, they never called me about test results, and I haven't heard anything about an endocrinologist. So yeah. So I think I also got fired, and they just didn't bother to tell me.
Let's see, what should I wear?
Because I'd only been there once, so why bother? Oh dear. Benjamin said, ooh, one of those. That's probably a sign of corporate/insurance takeover and shenanigans. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think she's already wearing the cutest outfit possible in this game, so...
Check.
Okay. Oh. Luke no sleep good. Poor Luke. Yeah, I have a key. I guess it must be the key to this place. Ooh. Marble everything. Fancy, fancy. Do we risk eating the chocolates? I can't remember if they kill you. Let's do it. There we go. We stole someone's chocolate. something about sunny June. Apparently, we really need a German dictionary. Oh no, him. Alright. I wonder... I wonder if that's an Easter egg room.
Hello, you must be the American Margarita mentioned. I'm Colin Baxter.
I'm Nancy Drew.
If you're
Like
looking for
Colin.
Margarita, she's up on the Altana, the rooftop garden.
Okay.
What are you doing, if you don't mind my asking?
Right now, I'm restoring this 14th century mosaic, which means, without getting overly technical, I'm cleaning the tesserae that remain in place, repairing those that have been damaged, and replacing those that are missing with new ones custom crafted to match.
Ollie.
You kind of lost me at tesserae.
Simply put, tesserae are the individual tiles which comprise a mosaic.
Sounds like a lot of work.
It's a phenomenal amount of work. However, just between you and me, I do this for free. I became fascinated with art in general and mosaics in particular when I was at Oxford. Oxford University. That's where I'm from, actually. Oxford, England. At least, that's where I was born. I live here now and intend to do so for a very long while. Although I say that with no small amount of guilt.
Why do you feel guilty?
People like me and Helena are the reason true Venetians are slowly going extinct. We foreigners come to Venice, fall in love with her, and wind up staying. High demand for food and housing results in high prices, which in many cases means the people who were born here have to leave because they can no longer afford to live here. If I could be granted one wish, it would be to have been born here. That way I would feel entitled to live here, and I would know how to speak Italian.
You don't speak Italian?
Much as it shames me to admit it, no. Languages don't come easily to me. And since I am able to do what I do without knowing Italian, you know, I have some slides of various tesserae. Not only are they enormously informative, but they're also quite beautiful. Would you like to see them?
Benjamin says, you know, I was gonna mention this guy didn't seem that unlikable. Then he kept talking. Oh, give him a minute.
Sure.
Marvelous. Here we go.
He wants us to
Lovely
see
shade
his
of scarlet.
slides. His slides.
Sometimes red is simply breathtaking. Gorgeous, like it was carved from a sunset. What a luscious shade of lilac.
He'll keep going forever. I tested it.
Phenomenal color.
Like, I set this going,
Ah, wonderful color.
turned the volume down, went and watched a movie.
Incredible. Just incredible.
Came back, he was still going.
Magnificent specimen. This one takes my breath away. Almost looks like an emerald, doesn't it?
That's not the shade that an emerald is, dude.
Incredible. Just incredible.
And
This one could have been plucked off a lemon tree.
I'd love to see more, but I really don't have time.
Very well. I thought I had at long last found a kindred spirit, someone who shared my passion for beauty, for art, but you apparently are like everyone else, interested only in what something is worth instead of what it offers the soul.
No, please. I'd stay, but I really do need to be somewhere. Believe me, I think what you're doing is fascinating, and you obviously really know your stuff. In fact, that figurine in front of you, I've been dying to ask you about it. It's exquisite.
What, this statuette? Yes, it is exquisite. It's an example of late Etruscan bronze work, no doubt cast some 2,200 years ago. I'm not sure how Margarita came to own it, but she's very fortunate. It's almost impossible to find bronzetti of this quality outside a museum. You see, after they conquered the Etruscans, the ancient Romans melted down thousands upon thousands of statues like this just so they could make coins.
Interesting. Shoot, I wish I had time to hear more.
No, you go on. We can talk more later. Oh, a parcel was just delivered for you. It's by the door.
Thank you.
even if you sit there through a whole movie's worth of his tesserae slides, he's still mad at you. You just don't care enough. You're just like all the rest. In fact, you're just like other girls. I'm not saying he's an incel, but...
Nancy, you are up. Come talk to me. Buongiorno. And again, welcome to Carnas Costa. I see you finally decided to get up.
Actually, I've been up for a while.
Good for you. I got up, showered, and came straight up here. If it's a daytime and it's sunny, no matter the time of year, this is where you will find me. They say the sun gives you wrinkles and worse. And that may be true, but it also makes you tan. To me, to be tan is good. Your accommodations, they are to your liking?
Benjamin asked, would a tiny violin tattoo on my thumb and a bow on my finger be tacky? Oh, man. But she's tan, and that's what really matters.
Oh, yes, the room is wonderful.
You do not mind having a roommate?
Not at all.
Ah, you are just being polite. The last thing a young lady wants when she is on holiday is a roommate. I warned Prudence that you would have to share a room, but she said you had to come to Venezia this week and you had to stay here. And as we both know, what Prudence wants, Prudence gets. Have you gone outside the car yet?
See, the only problem I see with the tiny violin tattoo is on the fingers, it would need touched up so often. It would fade so fast. And, like, is the pain worth it for how quickly it would go away? On the other hand, there are places where you can order custom temporary tattoos. I'm just saying.
No, not yet.
Just do not forget to take your key and lock the front door whenever you leave. This is not the Palazzo Grassi, but I do have several valuable pieces of art. And with Il Fantasma, this phantom thief, running around and stealing everything, I prefer not to take any chances.
It says hand tattoos break down so quickly, some tattoo artists refuse to do them. Mm-hmm. Chiller. Have a question though. Does the area where you live have a winter?
How long have you lived here?
Almost 2 years. 2 wonderful but very expensive years. The city expects homeowners like me to maintain these old buildings. But who pays for everything? We do. The Restoration Council gives us nothing, not one single euro. It is criminal.
You mean you can't afford it?
You miss the point. Just because I can afford to pay does not mean I should. It is the principle. It is the principle of the thing. Besides, being rich is something I like. If I am all the time spending money, I will soon be unrich.
Hey, Sapphire. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? How's everyone's weekends? We know how Benjamin's day is going, but how's everyone else? And Chiller, I have seen people do like gloves or fingerless gloves. With things like the Triforce or like the Full Metal Alchemist symbol. Can do really cool stuff with gloves and use winter for some self-expression. Since, you know, you're bundled up so snugly no one can see your face.
I met the guy who's restoring the big mosaic in the main room. He's pretty intense.
Colin Baxter? I do not know how any man can find happiness looking at pieces of painted rock all day. Talking to him, it's like taking a sleeping pill. Que barba. But they say he is good, and so he works for me.
Who are they?
Everyone I know. All my friends on casas like this one. And since something is always in need of repair, we are constantly on the lookout for good workmen. And when we find them, we trade them back and forth like you Americans trade recipes for cookies. Olivia von Hellstein raved about the work he did for her. And what is good enough for the Countess of Schlosselbeck is more than good enough for me.
I'll talk to you later.
Good, good. And Nancy, that blouse you are wearing, you should change it.
Oh my gosh. You know what? We'll come back for wearing a clown suit. We will. Hang on. Ah, yes. Ooh, Sapphire says, exciting news, I got a crock pot. Awesome! I have been very much enjoying crock pot.
Why are you touching my things? Please stop.
Kiki! Benjamin, may your home always smell of food. Oh, yeah. Homemade hamburger helper. Nice! So one of my favorite crock pot meals, if you're interested in hearing about it, yeah, a personal favorite crock pot meal. Chicken breast, a can or a jar of salsa, and a tablespoon or two of curry powder, depends on how much chicken you've got. Like enough curry powder that it's gonna taste like curry. And then when the chicken is done cooking, you add like half a block to a block of cream cheese.
We are all at your service.
Hey, Boomer, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Raiders. Hey, Freya. Sapphire, then you serve it like over rice.
Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. Here, I'll get those.
It's so good. And the spice level of the salsa you use determines the spice level of your finished curry. It's like lazy curry, and it's fantastic. So, like, when my parents make it, they use mild salsa. This hurts Luke's soul. When we make it, we do like a medium hot salsa, which he still thinks is not spicy enough, but if it was hot enough for him, I wouldn't be able to eat it. So he can just add Tabasco when it's done. Ah, so
You
she's
must be my
Hilda.
newly arrived roommate. I'm
Oh.
Helena Berg.
I'm Nancy Drew.
Ah.
Sorry for all the commotion when I came in last night. My plane got in 3 hours late.
No need to worry about waking me up. I can sleep through almost anything. Well, I'm sure you have things to do and places to go, so I won't keep you. Oh, by the way, there's a parcel for you in the entryway. Ciao.
Luke, compromise is an important part of marriage. Yes. Sapphire. Thing down here we make is called, bear with me, Dookie sauce. Okay. Is it named after the Duke? Basically cheese dip, ground beef, cheese whiz, chopped tomatoes, a few other spices. I believe I have seen that at like a potluck. Cowboys don't eat tomatoes. Boomer says, high fatigue day, probably won't be able to stay long. Okay. No judgment here. I've been exhausted all day, so I wish you wonderful naps. Ooh, chalice of Saint Gervais. Stolen from convent. Yeah, that sounds really familiar. I want to say it's like some sort of potluck or family get together or something. Okay, somewhere between midnight and 5 a.m., someone broke into the underground chamber in which the chalice was kept, unlocked the display case, and made off with the ancient relic, which is estimated to be worth at least 50,000 euros. Okay. Yes, I will play the game so that you can still have gaming experience while you're working. Good luck with the laundry. According to administration, okay, finished breach state-of-the-art security system. Out damaging property. Interesting, interesting. So they believe 'tis the Phantom. Allegedly removed from the grave of martyred Saint Gervais almost 1800 years ago. The chalice is solid gold and encrusted with jewels. Most notable are the patterns of rubies and emeralds, which forms the letter G on one side and P on the other. Okay. Okay. Let's visit Piazza San Marco. Activate our bank card. It's a nice location. Alright, Piazza San Marco. Alright. Okay. There we go.
Avete visto in televisione quello che è successo a proposito del fantasma?
No, cosa è successo?
Un poliziotto l'ha visto
Pigeon
e
feed.
mentre lo stava così per catturare il fantasma si è dileguato.
This
e
kiosk could
diventato
come in handy if I ever need any reference books.
Like a German English dictionary?
Non c'è più.
Absolutely.
Ci siamo liberati di.
That one. Ooh, sassy detective. Always have to buy those. Okay. Whoops, wrong way. Oh man. Okay, Luke mentioned having gotten Sea of Thieves. Boomer says, I have Sea of Thieves, but never felt like making yet another login. I relate to that so much.
I need a card.
We have a card. Welcome, Nancy Drew. Hey. All information below is confidential. Use discretion when discussing this case with anyone other than your contact, Sophia. After you read this, you'll be provided with a pair of binoculars and a PDA. Using the binoculars, you will watch Antonio Fango, a suspect in the recent thefts attributed to the Phantom. The window of his office in the Argonne building, Campo de Ferrari, can be clearly seen from the rooftop of Canoscosta. The surveillance team at the entrance to the Argonne building will page you via the PDA whenever Fango enters. An audio signal will alert you to his arrival. A light on the PDA will remain on as long as he's in the building. Any suspicious or unusual activity? Good grief. Holy polygons, Batman. Activity should be reported immediately using the PDA. Press the call button on the PDA keypad to reach your contact, Detective Sophia Laprote? No clue. Alright, background on Fongo. Born in Genoa. Kicked out of university. Cheating, moved to Venice from Milan. Custom designs and installs communication and entertainment systems for homes and businesses through his company Sognitrico. He is its sole employee. After the theft of the Doge's sword, Venice police received a tip that Fongo may have been involved. Wiretaps and surveillance of his business and apartment have revealed nothing out of the ordinary. His contact with people is limited. About once a week he buys an assortment of chocolates. Rarely eats out, often takes long, random, unaccompanied walks. He has no criminal record. Getting kicked out for cheating? What? Huh. Hey, I wasn't done reading.
I need a card.
Give it back. Dossier. Thank you. Summary of crimes attributed to the Phantom. Successful disabling of complex alarm systems and a lack of crime scene evidence makes these thefts similar to those committed by the Leo Macciano theft ring. However, no connection between the Phantom and any member of Macciano ring has yet been discovered. See, Gutenberg Bible reported missing from Palazzo Foglia. Theft may have occurred days earlier during New Year's Eve party when a man wearing black cape and Brigella mask was seen on the premises, thought to be a partygoer. Boomer, for some reason I want to start a band named Criminal and make records. No. Don't be a band, be the record company. So that everyone who has their music published through there says we are signed with Criminal Records. Our new album is available now from Criminal Records. Oh, Benjamin, time to see if the new ChatGPT model can write resumes. I can't decide if using AI to write a resume for your job that is being replaced by AI is hilariously vindictive or just really, really sad. Oh, it's a strange, strange world we live in, Master Jack. Alright, Doge's sword stolen from exhibit at Doge's palace sometime between midnight and 4 a.m. Alarm system appeared to be set but did not go off. No sign of forced entry. Guards saw nothing. Unusual on security cameras. Cape figure seen on nearby street just after midnight. Original score of Verdi's Rigoletto stolen from La Fenice. Luke, better question. Can ChatGPT write Godzilla a resume? Oh. Ooh. Security cameras lost power at 2:16 a.m. When power was restored at 2:18. Item was missing. At 2:23, Cape figure wearing a Brigella mask moved past security camera on 3rd floor. No alarms were triggered. No sign of forced entry. Charles de Saint Gervais stolen from convent between midnight and 5 a.m. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. Okay. Alright. Ooh, Rialto Bridge. Alright. Let's see what we got.
Ma non lo so, devi chiedere a mia
Uffa, sempre sto marito.
Well, we definitely need that.
I need to translate this.
Do you, Nancy? See, we don't get anything out of that.
Presto, venite, pesce fresco.
Cos'è il caffè?
Weird
Mi
drinks.
hanno detto che è molto buono.
Cycling.
È
Hang
buono, è un bel po'.
on.
Noi ci andiamo assieme, questo è vero.
We buy flowers. Okay.
È un bel film. Non hai tempo? Devi studiare.
Boomer. You ever see that old internet video where someone used two phones to call two Chinese restaurants and set the phones next to each other on speaker? It sounds like you want to make that. Like the AI version of that. Let's see, chocolate, blackberry, chocolate again.
Cos'è il caffè Ginzini? Mi hanno detto che è molto buono.
Beautiful.
È buono, è un...
All right.
That's my pager. Antonio Fongo is in his office. Time to go to work.
Or pager.
I'm too far away to see anything.
Here we go. Da da da.
Nancy, what are you doing?
Bird watching. It's one of my hobbies.
You Americans always busy doing something. Che noia.
Ooh, riveting. Watch some 48-year-old bald man putter around his office.
This looks interesting.
I don't know if I've ever
I
actually
better go
seen an
somewhere
art
private and
movie.
report this.
Ciao, this is Nancy Drew.
Yes, is this Detective Leporace?
Si, but please, to you I am just Sophia.
I'll remember that, Sophia.
You have something to report?
I think so. While I was watching Fongo, a pigeon flew to the window outside. Fongo got up from his desk, went over to the window, and took something off the pigeon's leg. Something very small.
He removed something from the pigeon's leg. You are positive?
Yes, he removed something, kind of studied it, then left the office.
Maybe he is using a trained pigeon to communicate with someone. Yes, this could be true, because we know that by phone he talks to almost no one. Here is what we will do. I will deliver to you a tracking device. You will sneak into Fango's office when he is not there and feed it to the pigeon. After that, you can use your PDA to see in what direction it has flown.
You want me to feed a tracking device to a pigeon?
It will be very, very tiny. But I do not want to leave it at the ATM. If you go there too much, people will get suspicious. So we will leave it for you in the costume store in Campo Santa Maria Famosa. It will be hidden among the things there. You will have to find it.
How will I know what it looks like?
Very soon, I will send a picture of it to your PDA. But you must locate the device quickly. If you do not find it in time, it will destroy itself. If that happens, we will hide another device. Your PDA will show you where we have hidden it.
You want me to feed a tracking device that self-destructs to a pigeon?
The self-destruct mechanism will automatically deactivate when you pick it up. And do not worry, the device will not hurt the pigeon after it is swallowed.
And I'll be able to track it using my PDA. Sounds like this thing is going to come in very handy.
It is from the GDIF. Military equipment is good.
Well, guess I'm on my way to Campo Santa Maria Formosa.
After you have fed the tracking device to the pigeon, you must do two things. You must find out where the pigeon goes when it leaves Fungos, and you must discover what it is carrying. Call me when you know these things. You are good to help us, Nancy. We are very short-handed. Carnevale keeps the police very busy.
I'll do my best. Ciao.
Chiller, this sounds like a bad idea. Yeah, just a little bit. Oh no, a pigeon bug. That sounds exactly like what we're gonna catch handling pigeons.
Hello?
Hello, is this Nancy?
Miss Rutherford, yes, it's Nancy. How are you?
Well, to be honest, I'm rather peeved. Were you or were you not to call me just as soon as you were settled in there at the car?
I'm sorry, I should have called, but I've been very busy.
And I've been very worried. I was afraid Margarita had allowed my beloved kindness ghost to fall into such a state of disrepair that it was no longer habitable.
Oh,
She sounds
no,
like
no,
Miss
the
Piggy.
car is fine.
Oh, that's a relief. So, how goes the case? Captain Brassica said he was going to send you a parcel. Has it arrived?
Yes, it sure has.
Good. The sooner you get to work, the better. I talked you up quite a bit, you know. Both the GDIF and the local gendarmerie are expecting great things from you. As am I. No one wants this phantom scoundrel captured more than I do.
I'm flattered, Miss Rutherford, and I'll do my best. But it's not like I'm a superhero or anything. Like I told you, I just like solving mysteries.
Just see that you solve this one in a timely fashion, dear. We leave on a cruise in 2 weeks, and I shan't be able to enjoy a second of it until I know all those stolen works of art have been recovered.
She sounds like Miss Piggy. Luke, she wants to poison pigeons in the park. That's such a treat. Chiller, whoever did the voice acting had the time of their life. Oh, yes.
I get the feeling Margarita's not real happy about my staying here at the car.
That is just tough tiddlywinks. Putting you up is the least she can do for me after all I've done for her.
Just what have you done for her?
I made the mistake of helping her pay for some of the repairs that reared their ugly little heads after I sold her the car. I did so not because of any legal obligation, but because of my abiding affection for the place and all things Venetian. She is such a cheapskate. I feared she would ignore what had to be done until the car crumbled into ruins.
How did she get to be such a cheapskate?
When her husband died, he left Margarita everything, which amounted to a small fortune. What he didn't leave her, however, was even the slightest clue as to what to do with it. And now, after years of bad investments and wasteful spending, she's starting to feel the pinch. But I'm afraid it's my erstwhile residence there in Venezia that must pay the price for her fiscal ineptitude.
I'll let you get back to whatever it is you're doing.
As it happens, I'm writing my memoirs. They shall be called The Principles of Prudence. Unfortunately, this has necessitated my hiring an assistant. You really must stop thinking bad thoughts about Ginger. Yes, you are. Just look how she's shaking. The other day, poor Ginger mistook the shapeless lump of leather my assistant called her purse for a doggy toy and ripped it to shreds. She's still a bit perturbed. Although, believe you me, Ginger did her a massive favor. Anyway, if you ever cannot reach me, it means we are hard at work. Bonne chance!
Oh, gosh. Seriously, the Miss Piggy energy. Like, it's not just me thinking that, right? We're gonna go look for a tracking device that we can feed to a pigeon before it explodes. Oh, there it is. Boop. Okay. And all of the ridiculous costumes. Oh boy. See, you can't get other, like, normal clothes. Exploding Pigeon sounds like a punk band. It might be. That sounds vaguely familiar. Something similar, at least. See, the fact that you can change Nancy's clothes, but there's no other normal clothing and nothing that really looks good together really bugs me. You had such an opportunity, but no. Right. Get gondolas. I always do the free ones because the paid ones, they sing and I don't want to listen to them sing. It's dreadful.
Would it be all right if I picked some flowers?
Go ahead. Prudence got them from a plantation in Hawaii, the Healy Research Center. They grow like weeds.
Oh, I hate this game. Okay. All right. So the first time you do it, they make it really easy so that you feel like it's a sure thing. Just the first time.
Mia sorella ha avuto un figlio ieri, lo sapevi? No? Pesa 80 kg.
Like, the ways that you make money in this game are through the like very, very fast bug killing game,
Grazie.
or by getting paid to dance your rhythm game in a cat suit. Like, cat suit rhythm game? No. I don't want that. And she's how old? Like 19? Well, let me take. Oh, I bet I need to read my magazine first. Okay. That's just regular levels of creepy. Sure. I guess I need to find out that it's locked. I mean, 19 is still teenager.
Looks like I'm going to have to pick this lock somehow.
Alright. And then we go back and do the exact thing that I'd already been trying to do. They don't want me to be prepared. Oh dear. Oh no. Batten down the hatches. Hide the valuables. Okay, at least she took 2 hairpins. Usually they only do 1, and you really need 2 to pick a lock. 1 to maneuver the tumblers and 1 to, like, turn it. Alright. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Hang on. Green. Oh dear. Welcome, welcome, Raiders! Hello, Marquee Gaming! Hello, Raiders! Welcome, welcome! How y'all doing? Benjamin said fancy ravioli will make me feel better. Yes, it will. Hello, Chiv! Hello, Knights of Silvermoon! Hello, Pip! Hello, Chaotic Good Gaming! Whoa, GaryCon Live! Hello, hello! Alright, enjoy your lurk, enjoy your dinner! Yeah, I'm finally playing this hot mess of a game, which I've been putting off for as long as I could. I'm currently feeding a tracking device to a pigeon. That's what's happening here.
Oh my gosh, Bongo's coming back!
Oh dear. There we go. I'm so sorry. I'm really hoping this cough clears up soon. How's everybody doing? How are your weekends? Ooh. Oh. Aww. Thank you for the gift sub, Benjamin. Really appreciate that.
Vieni, vieni qui, piccioncino, vieni, vieni.
Aww.
Vola, vola.
Good grief, is the man wearing a plaid suit? I was distracted by gift sub. I think he was wearing a full-on plaid suit. Oh no. Oh. Scaramuccia, Il Dottore, Il Capitano, Brighella, and Arecchino. It was a very loud plaid on a whole lot of suit, though. Makes such NPC noises sometimes. How's everybody's day going? Alright. He's got travel folders for Aruba, Bermuda, Seychelles, Tahiti, Virgin Islands. Ooh. He also has a Cocoa Kringle bar, which I can't steal. Sad. Oh no, Luke. Not weird suits on Amazon. Oh, how pretty. Oh no. Me, Ray, Doe. Oh, this is gonna be a bad one, isn't it? Nope. Didn't quite make it. Alright. Let's see if I can find where I lost my place. Maybe? Oh no. One time at the ballet with my dad. It's a pretty fancy ballet. And a guy came in, sitting up in the balcony area, and he was wearing a 3-piece neon orange suit with neon orange shirt, neon orange cravat, neon orange shoes, neon orange stovepipe hat, like tall stovepipe hat, and carrying a neon orange walking stick. Fancy cane. Head to toe, completely decked out in the brightest orange I've ever seen.
Looks like some cards are missing.
It is, quite the memory. Alright. Yep. Just make the same noises as the little robot man. So apparently this guy lives on Cocoa Kringle bars. Mood. Ooh. What? Can't remember how to spell it. Alright. Hang on. So he's got swords. There's swords on his wall. Okay, so... what mask was that? Is it Brigella? Try Brigella. Chiv, I'm living off pumpkin bread and pretzels today. Fair enough. Brigella. Okay. Okay, what's that one that's impossible to spell? I see, I feel like he should be Brigella or Scaramuccia. One of the ones that's easier to spell. Alright, let me write down the ones that are all here. Scaramuccia. Il capi. Oh no. Il dottore. Ella ha no clue how to pronounce that one. Alright. Maybe I chase Pigeon for now and try that again later.
I need to translate this.
But do you? Alright. Let's go chase our pigeon. Okay. Pigeon? Pigeons. Alright. Okay, I have a description of the pigeon. I just need to find it.
Gotcha.
Oh, yes.
Hello? What kind of message is that? I'd better call Sophia.
I am the supreme pigeon finder.
Nancy, you have tracked the pigeon.
After it left Fongo's, it flew to Campo Santa Margarita. It landed right next to this place called Casa de Giochi.
Casa de Giochi. You are sure?
Yeah? Is something wrong?
Casa de Giochi is a private club owned by Enrico Tazza. The police suspect
Pigeon
that his fence
princess.
is stolen goods for big criminals like Leo Macchiano. If Fongo is working for the Phantom, perhaps Tazza is working for him too. Look around the Casa de Giochi, Nancy. Talk to Tazza if you can. Get on his good side. See how much you can find out without making him suspicious. Was the pigeon carrying a message?
Yes, but all it says is hello in English, followed by an exclamation point.
There is a dot at the bottom of this exclamation point.
Yeah?
You must find a microscope and examine this dot, Nancy. If Fongo was sending a message to Tazza, maybe it's hidden there.
A microdot, of course. I'll do that. I'll find a microscope and take a look at it.
If I do not hear from you, you will hear from me.
Are microdots still a thing? Hey, I found a coin. Yay! To QR code's got microdot.
Another package?
A gift for Il Dottore. Hmm. Doesn't appear to spell anything. It's for Il Dottore. Nancy doesn't have a cell phone.
And I want you both to know that I am very sorry if that American girl is bothering you. It was not my idea for her to stay here, believe you me.
Yikes, they're talking about me. I shouldn't listen.
Do it.
She doesn't bother me.
Nor me. In fact, I rather like her.
But I'm going to anyway.
This is because she spends most of her time on the roof bothering me. She is always up there looking through binoculars. She says she is bird watching. Bird watching? She doesn't strike me as a type.
I'm a bit of a bird watcher myself. Just this morning I saw a flock of ibises near San Giorgio.
I was trapped at a party once by a bird watcher named Red Knot. All he talked about was grosbeaks and juncos and towies. I almost died of the boredom. Anyway, I apologize for the trouble she makes. If she bothers you, you tell me and I will tell her. Oh, she's fine.
She's quite fine, actually.
If you change your mind, you know where to find me.
Colin gives me the ick. go up on the roof, bother her some more. It's like the Batman theme, but negative. No, 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 no. Hey, Colin, can I borrow your microscope? Since I'm sure you'll think that gives you a chance with me.
Hello, Nancy.
Do you live here at the Ca?
No, I have a room in a building on the other side of the Grand Canal. A very small room. But I spend so much time here and so little time there, I suppose technically I do live here.
Yes, exactly.
Do you know who that box of chocolates in the entryway is for?
No, I didn't really look at it because I assumed it was for you. It's not?
No, it's for someone named Il Dottore.
Oh, I was afraid, I assumed they were from that Locket fellow of yours. Il Dottore. Wonder who that could be.
I am actually all out of water. So I either need to take a break to go get some or beg Luke for help.
What are you going to be for Carnivale this year?
Working, that's what I'm going to be. I haven't been invited to any festivities, which is just as well because I detest costumes. So to Carnivale, I say, bah humbug.
Just nothing to like about him, is
Would it
there?
be okay if I used your microscope?
I have a very strict policy when it comes to my equipment. No one touches it but me. And now, you. I trust you, Nancy. Please, be my guest.
Oh, thank you.
Oh. Wingdings. Il Dottore requests you to change the safe room lock combination 43556. Hang on. Safe room 43556. Perfect. Thank you. Now I can hydrate. All right. And we didn't break it that time. We'll break it later. I know we will, because he said he trusts us not to. Let's see. Okay, Helena is thinking of dressing up as a cat for Carnival. Carnivale. Okay. Oh dear. I'm fine. Okay.
All done. I haven't done that. All done. Did that. Did that. Check. 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 Did that. All done.
Did that.
Did that. All done. Did that. Still have to do that. Did that.
Check. Okay. Oh.
Nancy, you have examined the microdot the pigeon was carrying?
I sure have. The message, which was written in English, said, Il Dottore requests you to change the safe room lock combination to 43556.
Il Dottore?
Yes, which is really interesting because in his office, Fongo has a poster of Commedia dell'arte masks. He's crossed out all but 5 of the masks, and among the ones that aren't crossed out are the Brighella mask.
The mask the Phantom wears.
Right, and the mask for Il Dottore wasn't crossed out either. And it was in the middle, like it was more important than the others. And when I went back to the place where I'm staying, A box of chocolates had just been delivered for someone named Il Dottore, which means it's very possible that Il Dottore is one of the people at the Canoscosta.
Perhaps Fango and the Phantom and whoever else they are working with are going by the names of Commedia dell'arte characters. This would make it easier to secretly communicate with each other. And if that's true, perhaps those chocolates are a message of some kind. And if Il Dottore was at the center of that poster you saw, perhaps the person the message was meant for is the ringleader.
Just what I was thinking.
Here is what we will do. I will have a technician hide tracking devices in objects these people are likely to carry around with them. Then, when we know which of them is Il Dottore, we will activate the appropriate device and be able to follow him.
Awesome. Let's see. Helena's always writing, so for her I could plant a bug in her pen maybe. And Margarita is always sunning herself, so you could hide a bug for her in a sunglasses case. But for Colin, you could bug a mosaic tile. You know, a tessera?
He's likely to carry a mosaic tile on his person.
If it's from me, he will. Long story.
This is good information, Nancy. I will have our technician prepare the two bugged objects and the device which you will hide in the pen, then leave them for you in the Banca dell'Oro ATM. You should give them to each person as soon as you get them.
Will do. Keep your fingers crossed.
My fingers are always crossed.
Probably arthritis. Benjamin says, I wonder how much they reuse the old sound bites. Like, has it always been the same check in every game, or does the actress re-record them? I think it's the same ones.
You got a steady back home?
What on earth? Okay. Let's try walking into the House of Games. See what happens.
A casa mia.
Oh, wait a minute.
Può venire quando
Hey,
vuoi.
fish head, lovely. Rusty tin can. Flippers with a chunky mount. Oh, hi. Justin Beaumont, aka Colin Baxter. Born in Oxford, at least he was honest about that. Graduated from university with Bachelor of Fine Arts. While painting a fresco at the country home of Jonas Lundquist, Beaumont stole a painting by Renoir worth £7,500 from Lundquist's private collection. The painting was recovered. Beaumont pleaded guilty, served 1 year at Asheville Prison, moved to Venice, Italy. Works as a private contractor creating and restoring frescoes and mosaics. Seen on at least one occasion playing cards with Pietro Mazzola, a black market art dealer with ties to former Macchiano theft ring. To date, no other known infractions. Ooh. Found a gnome. Glory. Okay. Casacciocchi. Tension in Enrico Tazza. Received a request for a temporary employee and recommend our star pupil, Samantha Quick. I understand you're currently involved in a project and will thereby send her your way sometime after Carnival so that you may recognize her. Samantha will be wearing a red dress, white gloves, black sunglasses, and has blonde hair. Okay. Red dress, white gloves, black sunglasses, blonde hair.
Looks like that's it.
Okay.
No, no.
Pesa 30 kg.
30 kg. Wow.
Non sapevo fosse incinta.
Un elefante.
Alright. I think we can dress up as that. Let's see. And around here. Okay.
Dov'è il caffè Gin Gin? Mi hanno detto che è molto buono.
Now I have flowers to sell.
Grazie.
Okay.
È un bel po'.
Ah, allora ci andiamo assieme?
Sì, così. Vuoi andare al cinema, Vania?
And yeah, Alright. Blonde hair, red dress. Alright, I tried. Okay, so red dress, blonde hair. I think we might have black sunglasses. And I'm sorry, but I have to get shoes that look decent with this. Because Nancy does not have any. I can't. Hey Greek, welcome, welcome. How you doing? Right. Disguise Nancy as Samantha Quick. Do we have black sunglasses? Wait, I think... Are those for sale at, like... place? Hang on. I feel like that's something we have to buy, right? I could be wrong. Okay.
Ciao! Antonio, come
Oh,
stai?
there we go.
Bene, bene, tu come stai?
Molto bene, ma ti ho visto anche ieri.
Sì, 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 ci vediamo sempre
And
perché facciamo la stessa strada.
no new books.
Ciao.
Oh. Alright. Back we go, quick as we can. Gondola. We'll go by gondola to get where we need to go quickly. Alright. Up, up, up. And Snoopy, Snoopy. Yep. Is it even flat or is it just striped?
This looks interesting.
Oh no. Okay. And off goes the pigeon. So off we will go too. Oh, hang on. Oh dear, oh dear. Come on. No, 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 no. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. Oh, I hate this game. Stop. We are so gonna die. Oh, gosh. That was way too close. Way too close. Can't stand it. Nope. Maybe we'll get lucky and we won't have to buy anything else in the game. This will be okay if we don't get more money. Alright. Guess I can't track the pigeon again. So, what should I be doing? Oh no. They make this one harder each time too. Okay. So, nothing new there. No. Oh. No, nothing there. Look to. Oh. Scaramouche, Scaramouche. Man. Man, which one's it supposed to be? Can you do the fandango? Why can I not hack his computer? It has a hint right there. Okay. I'm so puzzled.
Nancy, what has happened?
I'm pretty sure Fongo sent his trained pigeon out with another message. Do you want me to track it?
No. Perhaps Tatsa sent the pigeon back to him saying he never got the first message, the one we intercepted. So perhaps Fongo is sending the first message again. If we intercept this one too, it could make them suspicious.
Okay by me. Just thought I'd let you know. Ciao.
Alright, fine. And let's get into our Samantha quick disguise. Okay. Alright. Okay. And give her nice shoes. Treat yourself, Nancy. Wait, seriously, just elbow-length gloves in the middle of the day. As one does, casually. Is that some European thing that I'm too American to understand?
What is your name?
Samantha Quick.
You are early, but please come in. Enrico is at the scopa table.
Scopa. Scopa's the best part.
Ah, sono Enrico Tazza. Benvenuta a Venezia.
I'm sorry, but if it's all right with you, I'd prefer to speak English.
Of course, whatever you wish. What a pleasant surprise. I wasn't expecting you until after Carnevale.
I know, but I just couldn't wait to get started.
So, you're not only young and attractive, but enthusiastic as well.
She is 19.
Tell me more about yourself, Samantha.
Well, I'm from the States, as you can tell, and I'm going to school in Switzerland, and now I'm here. And I think that's all that matters, don't you? Because frankly, telling my life story to someone wearing a mask is just a little too freaky for me.
I understand. Besides, having never met you before, I would have no way of knowing if what you tell me is a lie or the truth. I always wear the same costume for Carnevale. Why? Because I'm a very superstitious man. I believe that always doing things a certain way brings good fortune. For instance, I never discuss business with anyone unless and until that person beats me at the game of scopa. Are you familiar with the game?
Yes, but it's been a while since I played.
Just to be safe, I will review the rules of the game as we play it here at the Casa dei Giochi. There are 4 suits in a scopa deck. Coins, cups, swords, and clubs. Each suit has 10 cards. 7, the most valuable card. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and ace. There are also 3 face cards. Valet, knight, king. When you are taking tricks during the game, each card is worth what it says, with a valet worth 8, a knight 9, and a king 10. However, for scoring at the end of the game, 7s are the most valuable, followed by 6s, aces, 5s, 4s, 3s, 2s, then all face cards. For scoring, these are called primes. To play the game, 3 cards are dealt to each player, then 4 cards are placed face up in the play area. If 3 kings appear, the cards are redealt. The player who did not deal the cards goes first. When it is your turn, you must play 1 card and 1 card only from your hand. Now, you have a 2, and there is a 2 in the play area. So you will play your 2 and take a trick. I discard a valet worth 8. You cannot make a match, so you discard your 3. I discard the 2. Now, because you have a knight in your hand, which is worth 9, and there is a 6 and a 3 in the play area, 6 plus 3 equals 9, which means you have a match and you take a trick. I discard my ace, and because we are both out of cards, I deal us both 3 more cards. Ah, you have a 7 in your hand. You also have an ace, which is worth 1, a 4, and a 2 in the play area, which add up to 7. But there is also a 7 in the play area. So, which do you match with your 7? The 3 cards that add up to 7, or the 7? The rules say when presented with such a choice, you must take the trick by collecting the single card. And so, you match your 7 card with the 7 card in the play area and take a trick. I make a match with the valet and take a trick. You have yet another 7 in your hand. Now, you match it with the ace, the 4, and the 2 and take a trick. And since you have taken the last card in the play area, you say scopa and get a point. We continue to play by discarding and taking tricks until all 40 cards have been played. At that point, we count the points we have won by taking tricks and getting scopas. The first person to get 11 or more points wins. If no one has 11 or more points, the deck is shuffled, the other person deals, and we play another round. Are you ready to play?
Oh, yeah.
You bet.
So ready. Okay. Ooh. Got that. Okay. 7 of coins is in play. And I have a 7. Or...
Scopa!
Oh, fantastic. I wonder if they're messing with it to make it easier. Watch, I'll lose horribly. I guess not. Six. Oof. Got a
Scopa!
See that? Tried to be too smart. I'm gonna pay for that. Story of my life. Tried to be too smart, and I must reap the
We've
consequences.
played all our cards. I took the last trick, so I get all the cards left on the table. You get 1 point for having the most tricks. You get 1 point for having the most coin cards. You get 1 point for having the 7 of coins.
No points for you.
Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. You have the most valuable tricks, so you get 1 point. And lastly, we score the scopas.
5-1 on the first round. She still got it. See how far we get. A lot of wands in play. Oh, ouch.
Scopa!
I see that.
Scopa!
Oh, he's doing good on this one. I don't like that. Yeah, they definitely made the first round easier. Oh. 7 of coins has entered the field. Oh, and he took it already. Oh, that's sad. He's gonna have at least 3 points from this round. 4 points. Oh, 5.
Scopa!
Oh, that hurts. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Oh.
Scopa.
6? Really? Aha.
Scopa.
How can one person get that many
so
scopas?
I get all the cards remaining on the table.
Oh, man.
No points for me.
Ouch. Oh, ho, ho.
I get 1 point for
Gonna
having
kill
the
me
most tricks.
right here.
I get 1 point for having the most coin cards. I get 1 point for having the 7 of coins.
I get
now,
1 point.
let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. I have the most valuable tricks, so I get 1 point. And lastly, we score the scopas. I'm afraid the loser is you.
Holy cow, he beat me with
How
one
about
round.
another game?
All right.
You literally got 10 points on 1 round. Ouch. Well, darn, we have to play again. We're playing Scopa. Boy, did I get beat. But it's okay, we're playing it again. And this time, I have the 7 of coins, so I have at least 1 point. Gonna have discarded that one earlier. Right. And 6, 9. Okay. Start with that. Oh, ouch. Okay. Aha. Bummer. I can take that one. Ow. Like, I know that he has to take cards sometimes. It just bugs me when he takes ones that I just discarded. Okay, but on that one I prevented him from getting something, so I'll take it. 5, 6. Yeah, I'd rather have the
Those don't add up.
Oh, there we go.
We've played all our cards.
Okay, sweet.
You took the last trick, so you get all the cards left on the table.
Good, I was hoping for that 6.
You get 1 point for having the most tricks. You get 1 point for having the most coin cards. You get 1 point for having the 7 of coins.
No points for you.
Hot dog.
Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. You have the most valuable tricks, so you get 1 point.
Awesome. Oh, nobody got any scopas. All right. Yeah. Ouch. All right. Oh, hang on.
Scopa.
Okay, I will have at least 1 point this round. That's better than last time. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Ooh. And thank you for discarding exactly what I needed. Luke, we should play Scopa. We haven't played Scopa for a long time. I taught him how to play it and he immediately just obliterated me. We haven't played it since. Oh, ouch. I have a 5.
Scopa.
He just explained all of the rules. You'll be fine.
You took the last trick, so you get all the cards left on the table.
Hot dog.
You get 1 point for having the 7 of coins.
No points for you.
Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes.
What are
have
you
the most
multitasking
valuable
with?
tricks, so you get 1 point. And lastly, we score the scopas.
Okay. We're at 8 versus 0, but he would still be able to beat me with this, so... Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ah, Link's Awakening.
Scopa.
Man of Culture. Scopa. Ah, working on the Dungeon Maker tasks. Never made any dungeons. Okay. Five. Ouch. Gave him a point.
Scopa!
Hate it when I give them points. Okay. Ooh, ooh. Boom. Excellent. Ooh, we had to discard a 7. I can't get it. No, I can. It was worth it. Oh, I need that. I can't get it, but I need it. 7 of coins is right there. Oh, he got it. Bummer. All right.
You took the last trick, so you get all the cards left on the table.
Got a chance.
You get 1 point for having the most tricks. You get 1 point for having the most coin cards.
Okay, we're good.
I get 1 point for having the 7 of coins. Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. You have the most valuable tricks, so you get 1 point. And lastly, we score the scopas. Congratulations, you won. And because you beat me, we can finally talk business.
Okay.
I have a client who desires the Sadal Melek sapphire. Have you heard of it?
I'm not in the mood for a quiz, Signore Tazza.
Forgive me. The
Sassy.
Sadal Melek is said to be the largest and most beautiful star sapphire in all of Europe. As you probably know, its current owner is a man named Vladimir Thanatos, who keeps it at the Palazzo Zateri, guarded by one of the most sophisticated security systems ever devised. Even someone with your youthful energy and talent will find stealing it a challenge. Which is why I suggest you contact Gina as soon as possible.
Gina, good idea.
The more time you give her, the more details on the system she will be able to give you. There, business is over. Back to pleasure. Do you have time for another game of scopa?
Is it bad if I tell him yes and we play more scopa? I'm playing more scopa.
Sure, why not?
Scopa is definitely like in the top 5 mini games of the whole series. Like, it's fantastic. Like, there are some absolute stinker mini games in this series, including several in this game alone. But man, Scopa's so good. There are some games in other ones that just, they're not as much fun. They're just not.
Scopa!
Like Fox and Geese. Or like any of the ones in what is that one called? Captive Curse or something. I mean, okay, it is a Nancy Drew game from before they changed studios or whatever it was they changed. So it's not like the worst game ever created or anything. It's just that compared to like the other Nancy Drew games of that era, it was a letdown. I was sad. I don't have a set. But yeah, Scope is fantastic. Speaking of,
Scopa!
said I love Scopa so much that I bought my own deck of Scopa cards.
We've played all our cards. You took the last trick, so you get all the cards left on the table. You get 1 point for having the most tricks. You get 1 point for having the most coin cards. You get 1 point for having the 7 of coins.
No points for you.
Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. You have the most valuable tricks, so you get 1 point. And lastly, we score the scopas.
One time, our power went out for like 2 or 3 days straight, something ridiculous. And my mom and I just spent like the whole time playing Scopa together at the kitchen table. Good memory. Because we live way out in the woods. So it was not uncommon for it to take a couple of days for power to get restored. That one wasn't in winter either. I think it was like a summer storm or a windstorm, something like that. Like, knocked down a ton of tree branches.
Scopa.
Yeah, rural living is
You took the
distinct
last trick,
experience.
so you get all the cards left on the table. You get 1 point for having the most tricks. You get 1 point for having the 7 of coins.
No points for you.
Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. You have the most valuable tricks, so you get 1 point. And lastly, we score the scopas.
So close. He's still at 1 point. Yeah, playing scope at the kitchen table is a really good memory, though. Even with the power outage. Nancy's a little too gleeful saying he gets no points. Yeah, but when he gets points, he's like, I have the 7 of coins, so I get 1 point. Like, he's so smug about it. I get 1 point for having the most tricks. Like, dude. Quit being a creeper. Nobody likes a sore winner. Oh, he's got the 7 of coins. He's gonna have more than 1 point on this round. Oh. Rather Come on, Nancy, you can do it.
You took the last trick, so you get all the cards left on the table.
Yes.
You get 1 point for having the most tricks. You get 1 point for having the most coin cards. I get 1 point for having the 7 of coins. Now, let's add up what
won.
each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. You have the most valuable tricks, so you get 1 point. Fantastic. You have beaten me. I will wire your fee to the Swiss bank account set up by your agency within the hour. Play again.
Aw, man. He's paying Samantha Quick for us beating him at Scopa. I want the money. Like, I hate the ways that you can earn money in this game. If they just paid me to play Scopa, I'd be so happy and so rich.
I'm down with that.
Killer said, totally just watch you play Scopa the rest of the stream. You might. Scopa's really fun. It's just enough math to engage my brain, but not enough math to make me feel dumb. Very fine line to walk. I hate to discard a 7. Oh, thank goodness. I got 2 of them. Phew. Right. Kings aren't worth much. Whoa. I wonder he couldn't take anything.
Scopa.
Excellent. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Scopa.
Ha 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 ha. Oh, I love it when I can get 2 scopas in a row. 7 of coins is in play. I don't have anything that I can take that with. Ah!
Scopa!
That's 2 points for him. Oh, the devastation. Playing it with my mom, every time the 7 of coins appeared on the table, we would both like, okay, the game's really on now. Now he discards one that I could have taken. Boo. Boo. I believe that delivery of boo is from Freddy Fish, Haunted Schoolhouse.
We've played all our cards. I took the last trick, so
He had a good
get all
round.
the cards left on the table.
No
Oh.
points for me.
How did I get that few cards?
I get 1 point for having the most tricks. I get 1 point for having the most coin cards. I get 1 point for having the 7 of coins. Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. I have the most valuable tricks, so I get 1 point. And lastly, we score the scopas.
My only 2 points from my back-to-back scopas. Watch, he'll take that 7. Okay, he didn't take the 7. Still nothing I can take, but... Aha! He got it. Oh, he's gonna beat me so bad on this one.
Scopa!
Man, it just keeps getting worse. No!
Scopa!
Oh, what a train wreck. Man. Finally ran out. No, it'll come back. Just one more round. My luck will change. And that's why I don't go to casinos for fun. I know people who can go to casinos for fun. I'm always amazed. I can't do that. Because I'll always think
I took the last trick,
it's just
so
the next
I
roll
get
of the
all
dice.
the cards remaining on the table.
No points for me.
Holy cow, he got like the whole deck.
I get 1 point for having the most coin cards. I get 1 point for having the 7 of coins. Now,
Man,
let's
that
add up
hurts.
what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. I have the most valuable tricks, so I get 1 point.
That's what
And
gamblers
lastly,
say right
we
before they
score
go
the scopas.
bankrupt. And that's why
Looks
I don't
like
gamble.
win. Play again.
Yes, please.
No, gotta go out on a high note. 5, 6, 7. Okay. Ouch. Princess is gonna keep going till she wins again. Just one more win. Just one. Oh man, he's got the 7 of coins. It's not looking good for us. calculating. It's too small. Ouch. Oh, come on.
We've played all our cards.
Oh, he got like a
took the
whole
last trick,
hand
so
of coins
I
right
get
at the
all
end.
the cards left on the table.
Ouch. Oh my
No
gosh.
points for me.
I only got one coin card in that whole thing.
I get 1 point for having the most tricks.
Oh.
I get 1 point for having the most coin cards. I get 1 point for having the 7 of coins. Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. I have the most valuable tricks, so I get 1
You beat
point.
me by 1 point on the primes. Man. Okay, but I'm going to have at least 1 point on this round. So I got the 7 of coins right off. I'd rather have the coin card. No, just one more win. It wouldn't be that hard. Oh, you gotta
Scopa!
Oh, thank you. 7, 8, 9. Ooh.
Scopa!
Scopa right back, buddy.
Scopa!
Scopa! Hmm. Ooh. Okay, I can take this one. Okay. Ooh, and I can get 2 coin cards with that.
You took the last trick, so
Ooh,
you
3.
get all the cards left on the table. You get 1 point for having the most tricks. You get 1 point for having the most coin cards. You get 1 point for having the 7 of coins.
No points for you.
Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see
Oh,
who
I
got
got
the
all the
highest number of
7s.
primes. You have the
Beautiful.
most valuable tricks, so you get 1 point.
Princess
And
is going to be
lastly,
hearing
we score
Scopa
the
in her
scopas.
dreams tonight. Possibly. Ooh. This is a rough opening. Okay. Got nothing. Aha. Could have had something, but no. I'm going to prioritize taking as many cards as possible right now. Okay. Everything that's in play is just insane. Aha. Oh, he's got the 7 of coins. Yeah, he's gonna beat me. Okay. I know it's a little bit late, but anyone have fun plans for the evening? Yes, I was so hoping he'd discard a 2. cleaning and sleep. That sounds nice. Benjamin, a small panic? As long as it's a reasonably sized panic.
You took the last trick, so you get all the cards left on the table. You get 1 point for having the most tricks. You get 1 point for having the most coin cards. I get 1 point for having the 7 of coins. Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. You have the most valuable tricks, so you get 1 point.
Okay. It all comes down to this round. Oh. Okay. Okay. Going for a walk does sound nice. Oh, yes. All right. That risk paid off. 7 of coins is in play. Don't have anything I can take it with, though. Yeah, walk sounds nice. I'd like to do some reading. Been really struggling. You got the 7 of coins. Really been struggling to read lately. Like, my focus has just not been there. But I have several books that I'm in the middle of, so I would like to get closer to finishing at least one of them.
You took the last trick, so you get all the cards left on the table.
Chance.
You get 1 point for having the most tricks. You get 1 point for having the most coin cards. I get 1 point for having the 7 of coins.
The only card he
now,
has.
let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. You have the most valuable tricks, so you get 1 point. Fantastic. You have beaten me.
Okay.
I will wire your fee to the Swiss bank account set up by your agency within the hour. Play again?
No, thank you.
It seems that all the rumors I've heard about you were true, Samantha. It has been a pleasure.
Poor Benjamin, what a day. The universe heard that you needed job insecurity like you need a hole in the head, and decided to help with both of those.
Check. Did that. All done. All done. Check. All done. Did that.
Let's see. Excellent. Let's pick up. Glasses case, file, and a little bug to put in her pen. Perfect. Might as well call while I'm here too.
Nancy, is everything all right?
Other than the fact that Enrico Tazza wants me to commit a felony for him, everything's fine.
He wants you to commit a crime?
He thinks I'm someone named Samantha Quick. Have you heard of her?
I'm not free to say.
Well, apparently she's a thief. A very good one. So good, he wants her, me, to steal the Sadal Malik sapphire for him.
That is wonderful, Nancy.
It is?
The Sadal Malik was stolen years ago. So whoever you will be stealing it from is not its rightful owner anyway.
Handy.
And once this investigation is over, we can recover the sapphire from Tazza. And if you steal it for him, he will truly think you are someone he can trust.
You'll help me, right?
Oh no. You must do this on your own. If we make it easy for you, he might become suspicious, and everything would be ruined.
What if I get caught?
We will let you go, of course. But you will be dropped from the case and be forced to leave Italy immediately.
Great.
As for this Samantha Quick person, do not worry. We will take care that she does not show up unexpectedly. You can do this, Nancy. You will do this. I am confident.
Benjamin.
But somebody is.
Benjamin, Nancy during the case of, wow, she's just a criminal now. Just want to save the game in case. But it's already stolen goods. So really we're doing a good deed. It's very important. Then we have the fun of the heist, but also we get to feel virtuous. Benjamin, the well of ideas runneth dry by this game, perhaps. Perhaps. Like, in some ways, like the stealing a stolen item is kind of a cool idea. Because again, you get to have all the fun of the heist without any of the guilt. But the whole you are an American teenager who's undercover for the Italian FBI is a little much.
Did that? I haven't done that. All done.
Like, that's weird.
Can't check that
Still
off yet.
haven't talked to her more. Whoops. Alright. Whoop. And if you think this game runs short of ideas, you should see the one where Nancy is helping out on a reality TV competition show, a la Survivor. Sunny June, weirdest American I've ever met. Mm-hmm. Is determined to find work on the International Space Station because he says he's already held and lost every kind of job there is on Earth. Probably wasn't exaggerating. Was on his way to the Caribbean. Yeah, that sounds right. Story ideas. When Venetians leave Venice, where do they go? It's an interesting question. Where do Venetian blinds really come from? I believe, if I remember correctly, we will not be playing the reality TV one on stream. I'm not subjecting myself to that.
Hello, Nancy.
I came across this tessera and thought you might like it.
It's quite beautiful. All the more because it came from you. Thank you, Nancy. I shall treasure it.
And then we're immediately going to burn bridges with him. Ready?
Does Margarita know that you went to prison in England for art theft?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
You wouldn't lie to me, would you, Cullen?
My real name is Justin Beaumont. 2 years ago, I removed a Renoir from the private collection of a man to whom it was nothing more than a financial investment. I took it home so it would be appreciated as the masterpiece it was. Its former owner took issue with my actions. I was arrested, and I was sent to prison for a year. As for Margarita, she's the only one who knows. She says if I don't continue to work for her for next to nothing, she'll tell all her friends I have a criminal record, which would essentially end my career here in Venice, just like it ended my career back in England. If that were to happen, I'd be utterly lost.
How did Margarita find out?
I have no idea. She wouldn't tell me. What's
We love
worse, not only
blackmail.
does she keep trying to get me to use substandard materials so she can save money on the renovations I'm doing for her, but she wants me to cover it up by lying to the Restoration Council about it. And for someone in my precarious position, let's just say resisting has been very, very difficult. Enough. I insist we change the subject.
Yes, we should change the subject from my criminal past.
I'll let you get back to work.
What's his name?
What's whose name?
The bloke who gave you that locket you're wearing.
Oh, Ned.
Goodbye, Nancy.
Yeah, the incel energy. He's just creepy. Chiller said, I mean, if you can't get Mist 4 to work... So, I have it on Steam, download. I also have CD exclusively on DVD. And I know that this has run before because I'd started playing it on an older computer a while back. Could not get it running today. So I'm gonna need to come at it with a clearer mind and possibly some sort of indulgent snack on hand. Maybe something crunchy that I can take anger out on.
Hello again. Do you always wear that locket?
I've only had it a week. My boyfriend gave it to me just before I left.
I should have known. That explains why it is so, ordinary. Which is not a bad thing. It is just that, well, when one lives in Venezia, one becomes so used to true beauty that anything less tends to stand out like, dirt on a white rug.
Who is Il Dottore?
Dottore means doctor. What doctor are you talking about?
There's a box of chocolates downstairs for Il Dottore.
Someone must have left them here by mistake.
Has anything else for Il Dottore ever been delivered here?
I am up here all day. Something gets delivered, something does not get delivered. I do not know. I do not care.
All right, have a good night, Chiv. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Will you be dressing up in a costume for Carnevale?
Altro che! I have fallen in love with Commedia dell'arte, so this year I will dress up as my favorite character, the big-nosed, nasty Pulcinella. He and I are so opposite, no one will ever guess it is me.
Uh-huh.
I saw this case and thought you might like it to keep your sunglasses in.
You are giving me a gift? You do not have to do this, Nancy, but I like gifts. And this one, it is very nice. Grazie.
Let's make her mad, too.
I hear you've been using the fact that Colin has a criminal record to try to get him to do things that may not be totally legal.
Who tells you this? Colin, he says that? Because I do no such thing. It is him. He is the one who wants to break the law. Margarita, he says, pay me 1,000 euros, and I will find a way to save you 10,000 euros on your renovation. No, I tell him, lasciamo stare. But he keeps bringing it up.
How did you find out he had a record?
He told me. When he asked me if I wanted him to lie to the council, he was trying to prove he had experience in such things and could get away with it. And now, he is telling you that cheating on the renovations was my idea? Oh, once a liar and a thief, always a liar and a thief. This is what I get for being nice. If and when people find out I hired such a man, I will be the laughingstock of Venezia. So, please, Nancy, please, keep what you know to yourself.
You know, my problem is I'm just too nice.
I'll talk to you later.
Good, good.
Ooh. Okay. I've heard multiple people say, my problem is I'm just too nice. I can assure you, being too nice was not a single one of their problems.
So, I noticed someone got a box of chocolates. You perhaps? From a secret admirer?
That is a
They're
very
not
brown
for me.
lipstick.
They're for someone named Il Dottore.
I thought that was someone's special name for you. How disappointing. Especially since I was going to ask you if I could have a piece. I'm starving. So, how do you like Venice?
That's some very, very late 90s makeup.
Oh, it's incredible.
I think Venice is the most fascinating city in the world. Its history, its art, its layout, everything about it is so rich and so beautiful and says so much about human ingenuity. I absolutely love it.
Where are you from?
I was born in Austria, but I'm from all over really. England, France, Germany, and someday Venice will be my home. Every time I come here, I make an effort to meet new people. Having friends is very important to me, you see? But I don't want to move here until I can afford my own palazzo. So, until that day, I shall have to content myself with staying here wherever I can and as often as I can.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a journalist. Right now, I live in Hamburg because that's where the offices of Your Welt magazine are. I do most of my writing for them. But I know far more about Venice than I do about Hamburg. In fact, I know more about Venice than most Venetians do. I know where the best souvenir stands are, the nicest glass shops. Here, I'll make you a list of the cheapest cafes.
No, that's okay. You don't need to do that.
You don't want to know where the cheapest cafes are? Are you sure you're American?
I'm just not into touristy things, that's all.
I see.
Oh, but you could tell me what your very favorite spot in Venice is. I'd love to know that.
Oh, well, let me think. That would have to be Campo San Paolo. There's something, I don't know, something very avant-garde about it that's quite charming.
Do you have a Carnivale costume yet?
No, but I have been invited to several parties, so I'm definitely going to get one. I've got this strange urge to dress up as a cat.
So what do you think about all this phantom thief stuff?
I probably shouldn't say this, but I think it's great. A caped figure darting down walkways beside moonlit canals, melting mist-like into the shadows, escaping not with stolen money, but stolen art. It's all just so wonderfully Venetian.
Have you written about it?
I'm working on a piece for Your Welt, yes. I tried to tell them I was here on holiday, but when they agreed to pay half my expenses in addition to my normal fee, how could I refuse? Besides, as far as crime sprees go, this one is rather refreshing. Il Fantasma hasn't physically hurt anyone, and has some very interesting ideas when it comes to what's worth stealing. In fact, it's altogether possible this phantom could turn out to be a woman. Whew! That would be a story I'd write for free.
Chiller, I got a strange urge to dress up as a cat, said no sane person ever. Yes.
So, have you dug up anything juicy for your story on this phantom thief person?
This case is so huge, the police are swamped. Apparently, they've got people coming in from all over the world to help track down leads. My contacts at the police station are too busy to give me the time of day, let alone a juicy tip. However, one of my non-police sources just told me something very interesting. He said the word on the street is that the next thing the thief steals is going to be a person.
He's going to kidnap someone?
A very wealthy someone. At least, that's a rumor.
Do you talk to Colin Baxter very much?
I try to talk to him, but he's so focused on his work. Having a decent conversation with him is virtually impossible. Once, out of politeness, I feigned an interest in what he was doing, and the next thing I knew,
he was showing you his Tesserae slides.
Yes, they went on and on and on. It was nightmarish. I felt like a seabird that had landed in an oil slick and couldn't fly away. The only way I could escape was to confess that I found the slides less than fascinating, which hurt his feelings terribly, I'm afraid, but it couldn't be helped.
Yeah, the same thing happened to me.
The man is obsessed, which is a shame, really.
Looks like
After
Justin
all,
Timberlake.
he's not bad looking, and there's a touch of intrigue about him.
What do you mean?
Once, while he was working, his cell phone rang. He immediately left the room to take the call, but as he was leaving, he picked up by saying, "This is Justin." Not Colin, Justin.
Are you sure?
Positive. Don't forget, getting the facts right is how I make my living.
Thanks for taking the time to
I
talk
thought
to
she
me.
said she was a
It's been a
journalist.
pleasure. Pretty locket.
Thank you. My boyfriend gave it to me.
Boyfriend. You do have it all, don't you, Nancy Drew?
Let's see.
All done.
There we go. We have now talked to her. I got those things.
Did that.
Nope. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna figure out who Gina is. Do we have phone numbers? We have Ned. Okay.
Hello?
Hi, Ned. Or should I say, buongiorno.
Hey, Nance. I was hoping you'd call.
Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. Sort of. I mean, I'm in Bayport, staying at Frank and Joe's, just like you arranged.
Oh no.
You sound funny. What's wrong?
My research is going great. It's just that, well, in order to get over to the hospital library, I've been having to take the bus.
What happened to your car?
Joe happened to my car.
Oh, no. He's been tinkering with it?
If by tinkering you mean disassembling the engine and possibly the transmission and strewing the parts all over that closet in the basement he calls his workshop, yes, he's been tinkering with it.
Ned, I told you. I said whatever you do, don't let Joe do any tinkering.
I didn't know that's what you meant. He said he knew exactly how to fix that funny noise my car's been making, so I said great. I thought he knew what he was doing.
He does know what he's doing. It's just going to take him like half a century to do it. But hey, you're taking mass transit. That's good.
Yeah, I know. I'm fine. And I'm sure my car will be fine too. So how's it going there?
Hey, before I forget, thanks again for the locket. I haven't taken it off since you put it on me there at the airport.
Good. That was kind of the idea. I just wanted you to have a little reminder of home. Well, more specifically, of me.
I don't need any reminders, Ned, but thank you. It really is beautiful. Even the guy I sat next to on the plane over here who played solitaire the whole way liked it.
It passed the semi-neurotic but otherwise thoroughly impartial geek test? Yes.
Chiller. Anyone who does that to my car is not a friend of mine and is buying me a new car.
Want to know what my assignment is?
You bet.
I'm supposed to do surveillance on a guy named Antonio Fongo.
Surveillance? Wow.
The police suspect he has something to do with the thefts being attributed to the Phantom. They page me every time they see him go into his office so I can watch him through binoculars from the roof of the place where I'm staying and report in if he does anything suspicious.
So has he done anything suspicious?
If you call receiving messages carried by pigeons suspicious, then yes, he sure has.
He's using pigeons to communicate with someone in this day and age?
Well, if he is up to something and thinks the police may be tapping his phone, which they are, it actually kind of makes sense.
It just sounds so...
messy?
That's the word.
The palazzo where I'm staying, the Ca Nascosta, has some beautiful artwork in it, some of which is being restored by this guy from England, who's kind of a head case.
A head case? How so?
He's your typical temperamental artist, very sensitive. You have to be real careful what you say and do around him or he'll go off on you. And he forces everyone who talks to him to watch the slideshow on mosaic tiles that is boring beyond belief.
And your point is...
Maybe he's deliberately making people avoid him because he's doing something he doesn't want anyone to know about.
Or maybe he's just clueless. Which reminds me. Hey, Joe? Frank called while you're out in the garage. Said to remind you to pick up the basketball tickets?
Oh, shoot. I almost forgot. Thanks.
Sorry, Nancy. Where were we?
I'm sharing a room with a woman from Germany who's a journalist, which makes me kind of nervous.
Why does that make you nervous?
Because journalists are kind of like detectives. They're observant, they ask questions, they snoop.
And you're afraid she'll find out you're working for the GDIF.
Exactly.
Nan, as long as you stay on your toes, the last thing anyone's going to think you are is an undercover cop. Trust me.
Especially since you are 19.
Breaking news! It looks like one of the people with whom Antonio Fongo has been secretly communicating is someone here at the Ca. It may even be the person who's been orchestrating all the heists the Phantom has pulled.
You mean one of your Ca mates could be a major criminal?
Yes!
Well, you don't have to sound so happy about it.
I'm not happy. I'm just excited. You know, nervous.
Uh-huh. So what happens now?
The GDIF wanted me to plant bugs on everyone at the Ca. That way, if the police turn up something solid against one of them, they can activate their bug, track them down, and make an arrest.
I liked it a lot better when all you had to do was watch somebody through binoculars.
You know the saying, it takes a thief to catch a thief?
Yeah?
Well, in order to get in good with this guy named Enrico Tazza, who may be fencing stuff for the Phantom, I have to steal a very heavily guarded sapphire from someone's palazzo.
You have to steal something? The police are in on this, right?
No.
Don't you think you should tell them?
It wouldn't change anything. I'm still gonna do it.
Nancy, you are talking about committing a crime.
Ned, I know what I'm doing.
Just let the police know what you're doing. That's all I ask.
I need some advice.
What's the problem?
This Gina person Enrico Tazza mentioned, I have no idea who or what she is.
Take another look around Fongo's office. Maybe something there will compute.
Sounds good. Grazie.
My pleasure. Ciao.
For crying out loud. Like, I've been trying to figure out his password. Alright, I have to pick the lock one more time. One more time! Okay. Alright. Hang on. There's a fax machine. When was this game made? Because everything about it feels very, very late 90s, and it was not made in the late 90s. Oh, finally. So, he just canceled a flight. It's a one-way ticket for 2 from Venice to Tahiti. (2008). Then why does everything feel like 1998? Okay. And it also canceled one way for two to Aruba. Okay. Looks like we need a book about chess notation.
Oh shoot, Fongo's on his way.
Boom. Oh gosh, does he have a pinky ring? The man is colorful.
Another card is missing.
I think they could start putting cameras in there if it's that important. I mean, he's a security specialist. Like, installing cameras is what he does. Alright, hang on. I know I need to wrap up soon. Boom, guide to chess. Hey Pip! Welcome, welcome. How you doing? Oh my gosh. We haven't danced in the cat suit yet, but I think we're getting there. I'm saving it for next week. Right now we're about to try to translate chess notations. Yeah. Okay. Alright. He's a Capitano, which is the only one that does not look like. Alright. Oh dear. Okay. A through H. Oh golly. And then 1 through 8. Okay. Ah. Ooh. Okay, left to right, top to bottom. All right, hang on. Yeah, I think I just need to write it down. Okay, it's A through H. I'm very exciting. M N T C 2 3 6. Okay. Yeah, what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see if I can find a pencil over here. Oops! I am all chaos. Do I have a pencil? I think I would. Oh yeah, how was dinner? I'll be right back. I have to grab a pencil. Okay. I've got my pencil. We're good. Okay. It was a very Star Wars heavy stream. Made me remember how long it's been since I did anything intensely Star Wars. Okay. Because how does that go? Luke says the TV shows crushed my Star Wars spirit. Haven't watched, read, or played anything Star Wars in a while. Poor Luke. Okay. I want to know what they're saying. It's like H3. P. E3 says there's a few novels and games I never got to. Want to get back to the continuity someday. Trailer says, honestly, after episode 9, I'm just burnt out. I enjoyed The Mandalorian, but I'm just so tired of Star Wars. Yes, they oversaturated it. Just, yeah, hearing all of the Star Wars chat on stream made me remember just how long it's been since I, like, did anything intensely Star Wars. Pip says, I still love it so much. My love cannot be quenched, but I will admit a lot of the new stuff isn't my fave. Yeah, and like I'm hoping that with enough distance from having seen newer stuff that I can return to the stuff that I loved and love it the same way again. But oh boy, I needed a minute. D3. Oh. Yes. Okay, he spelled out a place. Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor are such superior recent Star Wars stories, it still gives me hope for the franchise. Granted, they are video games, but isn't that how it usually goes? Fair. Very fair. Okay. What are the recent ones? The old one, he was spelling out where something went. Hang on. F4. E4. Pip says both games have a slow build and a very intense last few hours. So it's hard to get into it first, but they are worth it. I bawled at the end of both of those games. In a good way. Or at least in a I had my soul crushed in a satisfying way kind of way. Okay. Hardest I've ever cried at the end of a game was Portal 2. No spoilers because Luke hasn't played it yet. At some point we might have to do the Portal games on stream. Like, end of Portal 2, my mom came all the way to the other end of the house to check on me because she could hear the wailing. Just in case anybody needed to know that, you know. Oh, so good. They're so good. But wow. See. More. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and Scaramucci is not spelling anything. And that one... G... E... Oh. It says I got stuck at a super complicated puzzle and didn't have the patience to power through. Both games, I can remember each having one puzzle that almost killed it for me. It's one puzzle that is so ridiculously hard. For Portal. That's what walkthroughs are for. There's a couple of them where, like, you have to have such good reflexes that, like, walkthrough does not necessarily help. It has to be so precise. Oh, Gina's chessboard server. Okay, hang on. Here's this thing I'm supposed to be stealing. Palazzo Zatare. Okay. Okay, hang on. So Chiller had said, I beat the first Portal, never got around to playing second Portal. Second Portal is so good. It's so good. It's so quotable. It's amazing. I quote it all the time. It's... like, I haven't played it for years and years and years, and I still quote it all the time. Said we might have to do it on stream at some point, especially if I can't get Myst 4 to work. Luke says, Fallen Order, I died and got sent way back, and losing a bunch of time made me mad, so I quit. That is the #1 reason I like get out of games. Pip says, rage. Feel that. Played on easy and that helped me. I like it for the story more than for the fights, if that makes sense. I relate to this. Alright, so hang on. Fossil. So. Okay, I'm gonna try this twice, possibly. Pip rage emoji. Oh man. Luke says I like action games, but I hate having to repeat stuff. Dude, haven't you been on a Souls-like kick? You hate repeating stuff. Yes, especially getting into the fall-winter season. Pip, you need to have a soup emote. Luke, I'm playing that one with a friend. That doesn't count. Alright. Also, Pip, I feel like you will appreciate this because I've never really been a rock person, but I'm feeling very, very fidgety with all the like nervous, picky energy today. So I'm sitting here fiddling with a rock. Because I happen to have a couple of rocks on my desk, and this one happens to be the exact like shape and size for what I really feel like I need to fiddle with. It's that blue lace agate that you sent. So I'm getting a lot of use out of it tonight. And I felt like you needed to know that. Okay, A is A4. Said I've never been a rock person. I haven't really done rock fidgeting, but it was either that or tear the cuticle off my thumb, and I'd really rather not do that because I like having cuticles on my thumbs. So and it's so smooth, but with an angle to it that makes it really good to hold. So, thank you. Chiller, yeah, no hurting yourself intentionally or otherwise. I'm doing my best. I'm trying really, really hard. Hey, Brave! Welcome, welcome! How have you been? Yeah, we're playing Nancy Drew, Phantom of Venice. It's, you know, in Venice. It's also completely unhinged, but it has scopa. So, scopa's great. Hang on. I'm trying to... I have to send this person a code, and it's a really long code, so I've been trying to figure out the code. Technically, it's not a code, it's a cipher. I just have to put that out there. I know that it's a cipher, so I'm currently enciphering my plain text. T3. B1. T3. T. T2 and R. B2. Okay. Ooh. Hang on. Brave hasn't been around because of work. Chiller asked what he does, and Brave says it works as a museum curator in London, England, in 2 museums and an art gallery. Ooh, I did not know that you were working in multiple places. That sounds like a lot. Alright, hang on. Let's try. Alright, Pip, just for you. I'm going to spell out. Haha. Okay. Now, let me get back to this. So we're starting by moving a pawn.
P.
There we go. Ha 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 ha. Oh, Brave says, definitely fills my 48-hour week. That's many hours. Night. It doesn't matter which piece we move.
L. A. Z. O. Z.
Ooh. Brave says, and also have become a finger taps table, drum roll please, a PlayStation 5 gamer, because I recently bought a PS5. Nice. I've heard that there are some really great games available for that. And weirdly, I've seen some PC games that have crossplay with PS5 but don't have crossplay with Xbox. We are in Eastern time. It is 9 o'clock here right now. 9 p.m. Okay, hang on. I need to not lose my place here. Oh, I'll move my rook, because I haven't moved a rook yet.
A. T.
Benjamin Dag up late. A little bit. Luke, I was going to get a PS5 but got distracted by a gaming PC. Yeah, the gaming PC we mostly sort of got for me because I'm the household PC gamer and I wanted to do the whole streaming thing, but now he's playing on it too and it's like, ooh. Hang on. The last one I did was T, so A, 4,
A.
And then 2
R.
And then
E.
all right. Hang on. I think we have to start it again. Okay. Luke says most games come out for PC now anyway. You just need a PC and a Switch and you can basically play anything. Ooh, okay. Alright, let's try this again. Because when I was going through the chess logs, they weren't duplicating duplicate letters. Like, they did Palazzo with only one Z. So I wasn't sure if I should be doing these or not. Okay. I am still kind of hoping that Luke will get a PlayStation at some point. Specifically because I have a game called The Forest, which is like a horror survival game. And there's parts of it that I really love, but there's also parts of it that are just really, really not for me. But they would very much be for Luke. And it has crossplay between PC and PlayStation. So I personally would really love being able to play it multiplayer with Luke. I think that it could be a very good fit for us. Oh, I hope you're able to get back to streaming, Brave. It has been so long. Alright, let me try this again.
P A L A
Chiller. Princess, can we please get a PS5? Luke, no. Princess, we can play multiplayer. Luke, bet. Pretty much, yeah. Like, there's nothing I know of that I want to play on PS5. That I'm just a PC gamer. But being able to play this game that I really want to get through and just can't, it's just not quite a good fit for me. But I really like it anyway. Like, being able to play through that with my husband sounds really nice. Okay, hang on. Just done. Okay. Oh, we're getting into the tricky part now.
Z Z O
Okay.
Z A T T A
Okay. And then two.
R E
Oh gosh. What am I doing wrong? Oh no. Do I only need to spell Zatare? Ooh, Luke says new Zelda comes out next week. Oh, make sure that's on the calendar so I can cook something Zelda themed. I might still have those pictures on my phone. I should find the pictures I took of the Zelda food. Yeah, if it's correct, then it should take it automatically. So... Oh.
Z
There we go.
A
When I finish this, once I beat this puzzle, we're wrapping up for the night. Because apparently I don't have that much brain left. Okay. Yes, this is the one where you play as Zelda, which I saw somebody say that they really missed an opportunity because they could have called this game The Legend of Link. I'm just saying.
T T A
Luke, I would have bought a t-shirt if they had. Right?
R E
Okay, I'm doing something wrong. What am I doing wrong? Oh my gosh. Spelling it wrong. That's what I'm doing. Wow. Wow. Wrong vowel. Why do we even have that vowel? All right. Okay. Let's try this again.
Z. A.
Wind up doing it like 4 more times. Alright. 4. D2.
T.
2.
T.
Okay.
E.
That was what the problem was.
R.
E. 4. Oh.
E.
There we go. Okay. Bottle near the recycling bin at the Rialto Market tomorrow. Okay. Perfect. Put on my nightgown. She brought a nightgown. Okay.
All done. Did that.
All right. And that'll be starting a new day, which is the perfect place to wrap it up. Yes? I went long trying to get through as much of the game as possible. Good night, Nancy. All right. It's good to see you again, Brave. Glad you could drop by. I feel very justified in running the stream so late since I got to hang out with people that I don't often get to hang out with. So, I believe I should be back tomorrow, usual time, 3 o'clock Eastern. I'm thinking we're probably going to be doing House Flipper because they just announced the release date for the next DLC, so I'm really, really psyched for House Flipper right now. And like I've got House Flipper on the brain. I'm ready. So, until then, thank y'all so much for watching. I'm so glad that you were able to spend this time with me. And I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bye, everybody.